Hey guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're here for the first time, my name is and if you have been here already, welcome back. In today's video I'm gonna show you how I created this smoky glam eye look. It's one of my favorite eye looks I've filmed so far. I think it's so pretty. So the first thing I'm gonna do is using this morning boost mask from Masky. Actually, the day that I filmed this video, it was so freaking hot in the Netherlands. So I wanted to start with a face mask which would make my skin feel really fresh and hydrating, and this does the job. I absolutely love this mask. It's more like a hydrating, refreshing mask instead of like a detox kind of mask, which I normally always use, but for today I really wanted to use this one, and it makes my skin feel amazing and it left me with a really healthy glow. So after doing this, I'm gonna start with my eyes and I'm gonna finish the rest of my face later on. So now I'm gonna start with the MAC Cosmetics Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I'm gonna use my P84 brush from Sigma Beauty and I'm gonna apply this all over the eyelid. This is my favorite eyeshadow primer. If you don't know by now, I'm using this for years and years. In almost every video, it's just an amazing primer. And this will make sure that my eyeshadow will stay in place all day, and it will also remove redness from the eyelid. I think we all have some redness going on, and this will just hide that in a really nice way. Then now after applying the eyeshadow primer, I'm going in with the palette from Natasha Denona, which is the Sunrise palette. This is actually my third video using this palette. I will show you the other looks that I filmed as well. I have a video on both of these eye looks on my YouTube channel. I will make sure to link them down in the description bar. I'm currently liking this palette so much that I wanted to do another video just because I feel like the shades are so beautiful. The palette just screams summer to me. I think the name Sunrise just matches so perfectly with the palette. I think the colors are extremely beautiful and just so warm. And I think whenever I receive a new palette from a brand, I try to do at least one look using the palette. Sometimes even two, to give you guys like different options. But it doesn't happen very often that I use a palette 3 times. So yeah, that kind of says how much I like this palette. So now I'm using that second shade that I just applied with my brush, and I'm just gonna kind of warm up the crease a little bit more, darken up the edges a bit more. I'm really focusing with this eye look mainly at the outer V, because as you can see, like at the beginning of the eye look, this eye look has a lot of darkness and depth at the outer V, and that's what makes this eye look different than other eye looks I've done so far. I don't even think I've done an eye look like this before. I did do like a lot of eye looks which has like a more smoky outer V, but not in the way I'm doing it in today's eye look. And I want to do a few other looks using the same technique as I'm doing in today's video, because I think it gives such a beautiful effect. So now I'm taking an even darker shade, doing the same thing as I did with the other color, really pressing this at the outer V and smoking it out, really trying to focus to really blend it out the outer V and blend it a little bit more towards the middle part of my crease, but not going all the way to the inner corner, which I normally always do. And this is just gonna make it like a really smoky at the outer V only. And then at the other side of the eyelid, I'm gonna like apply more light color. And this will kind of keep the darkness at the outer V, and I just feel like it looks so pretty. Let me know in the comments what you think of this eye look. I just feel like it's so different. I think a lot of people in Brazil or Spain, they use this same eyeshadow technique, and I'm seeing so many makeup artists on Instagram wearing this eye look, so it's kind of inspired by all these beautiful looks that I'm seeing on Instagram. So I wanted to do this eye look for such a long time, and finally I'm doing it today, and I think it's just so pretty. I feel like I've said that already so often, and it feels weird to say it about my own eye look. Like, I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but it's just the eye look which I think is so pretty. And if I would go to a wedding, like if I would be the bride, this is something I would love to wear because it's so sexy, so glamorous. It's not too much. I just think it's really pretty, and I think everyone should try it once because it's just gonna make you look so amazing. And also I noticed because I used so much of the darkness only at the outer V, it kind of made my eye shape appear a little bit bigger in a really positive way. Very often, like when I do a little bit more like dramatic eye looks, I feel like it looks so weird on me. I just feel like it's too much. But with this eye look, it just did something which I've never seen before on my eyelid. It just made my eye shape a little bit more catty, but in a really subtle way. I just think it's just gorgeous. You guys have to try this eye look and let me know if you saw a difference on your eyelid as well. I'm really curious to know. I will be definitely doing a lot more looks using this shape of eyeshadow that I'm doing today. Maybe I can do more like a rosy burgundy one, maybe like a more cool tone one. Let me know if you have any suggestions. I could do like a more vibrant color. Of course, I don't want to like bore you guys and do the same thing over and over again, but I would love to show you like different options on how you can do this eye look using different colors. So now I went in with an even darker shade, and I forgot to tell you guys, but I used the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette to use a few darker brown colors and a black eyeshadow, because unfortunately the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette doesn't have like really dark brown colors. Like the color Jasper, which we used before, is like the darker shade. So this would be like the perfect palette for me personally if it would have like a dark brown and a black inside. But unfortunately it doesn't. But I think we all have like a palette with a black eyeshadow at home. So if you would purchase this palette, you can easily pull this off, this eye look, if you have a black eyeshadow in a different palette and a dark brown eyeshadow. Then you can definitely recreate this eye look. So now I went in with this soft golden shade, pressing this with a MAC 242 brush at the beginning part of my eyelid, and you can see still that there's like a lot of darkness at the outer V. I feel like it's looking a little bit messy right now, but we're gonna clean that up, so don't worry if you're creating this look and you feel like the outer V looks really messy and you feel like you messed up. Don't worry, you can easily clean that up with concealer, which I'm gonna show you guys later. So don't worry, everything will be fine. Sometimes I find it so frustrating when I'm doing eye look and I'm like, oh my god, is this going well? Did I just mess up? But if you go with a little bit concealer around the edges, you can easily fix it, so don't worry. So now I'm using the Makeup Studio gel with a little bit of glitter from MAC Cosmetics, which is the Reflex Gold. I think I've had this glitter for years. I've used it very often on my YouTube channel. It's like a really subtle glitter, like the texture is like super tiny, the glitters, so it will give you like a really soft sparkle, which is not too dramatic. I'm using it on top of a shimmery eyeshadow, so you can't even see it like as like more intense glitters. It's just really subtle, and I think it's so beautiful for if you are bright and you want to have a little bit of sparkle but not too much. You don't want to look like a disco ball. This is the perfect glitter, and I feel like everyone needs this in their life. It's the shade MAC Reflex Gold. It's a must-have. So now I'm using this gel eyeliner from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the waterproof cream gel eyeliner in the shade Jet. It's just like a black gel eyeliner. I'm using this to create a simple line above the lash line. When I go to the end right now, I'm trying to apply it a little bit higher, and then immediately when it's still like a little bit wet, I go in with a little bit of black eyeshadow from the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette, and I apply it straight on top of the eyeliner and a little bit above it. So I wanted to do this really quickly because I kind of wanted to blend the black eyeshadow into the gel eyeliner when it's still a little bit creamy, so I can like blend both together, and this will create more of a smoky outer V. And that's what's gonna make the outer V look even more smoky, and which will give that really nice smoked out effect at the outer V. Don't worry if it's looking a little bit crazy, you can always go back in with a brown or a lighter color around the edges to make it more smudge into the eyeshadows that you have already in the crease. So I'm using a Morphe M506 brush, which is a really nice tiny blending brush. One of my absolute favorite brushes from Morphe. I think I have like at least 7 of them because I like them so much, so I like to have a few more so I can just hopefully save them for the rest of my life. Hopefully they will never discontinue this brush because it's amazing. So now I went in with, I think, which is a Sigma E25 with a little bit of concealer, and I'm gonna smudge it just underneath the outer V, and this is gonna clean it up, make it look so much better. This will make it look just like you blended it really well. Then in my waterline, I'm taking the Morphe Brushes Vibes pencil, which is a really warm tone orangey brown color, really beautiful, and I'm gonna apply this in the waterline. This will really make the eye colors pop. This is one of my favorite pencils, which I've told you guys many times before in my videos, and it's super affordable. I think it was only like $2 or so. Then now I'm going back in with the color Jasper with a Sigma Beauty E15 brush. I think it's a flat diviner brush, one of my favorite brushes for underneath the lower lash line, to really press the eyeshadow as tight as possible towards the lower lash line. I know Jaclyn Hill always used to do this trick, and ever since I saw her doing this, I started doing this as well. It's just really easy, and since the brush is so flat, it's just really easy to do it this way. Then I'm taking the Morphe M506 using this light color, which we used all the way at the beginning of the crease. And now I'm gonna use this to smudge out the lower lash line. I just applied quite a lot because I really wanted my lower lash line to be as smoky as possible. And since this color is so light, you can't really go wrong with it because it's so light. It will really easily blend into the skin. So I'm just gonna smudge it back and forth. Then now I went in with a little bit more of the black eyeshadow from the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette and applying it a little bit underneath the lower lash line at the outer end to kind of connect the darkness in the outer V with the lower lash line. Always when I use darkness at the outer V, I like to use it a little bit underneath the lower lash line as well. This way I just feel like the lower lash line and the outer V really connect together and there's not like a really weird gap or anything in between. Then now for my mascara, I'm using my favorite one, which is the Roller Lash Mascara from Benefit Cosmetics. It has been my favorite mascara for a year now, I guess. It's amazing. It makes my lower lashes super long. I just love how it lifts the lashes. It's absolutely amazing. So now I went in with the mascara and I actually felt like I didn't even need fake eyelashes. I really liked how it was looking so far. I think because the darkness in the outer V was so intense, it just feels like I was already wearing lashes. But I decided to go in anyway because I always take pictures for my Instagram really up close. And lashes always look better than my own natural lashes, so I felt like I'm doing it anyway. But I went in with the Jaclyn lashes from Huda Beauty. And these are quite natural. And then I went in with a little bit of gel eyeliner just right on top of the lash band to kind of hide the lash glue. I always use the House of Lashes Lash Adhesive, which is my absolute favorite. Then now for my contour, I'm using the Benefit Cosmetics Hoola Bronzer, applying a little bit on the cheekbones underneath the jawline, and I'm also going to use this for the forehead. This is one of my favorite bronzers at the moment. Then I'm taking this beautiful highlighter from Artist Couture, blending this on the cheekbones. It's so beautiful. I haven't used it in a while and I actually forgot how beautiful it is. So I used it on the cheekbones, a little bit above the lips, and I think I also used a little bit on the forehead. Now I went in with a tinier brush to make it look a little bit more intense, and it was so beautiful. Then now for my blush, I'm using this blush from Tarte. It's like a really beautiful summery peachy color. I will put the name in the description bar. And then now I'm taking this powder from Huda Beauty, using it underneath the jawline because sometimes I feel like I'm applying my blush a little bit too low and I really want the cheekbones to kind of stand out. So I use a little bit of this powder. This will make it look more sharp. Therefore my I feel like I'm talking so fast. I need to slow down. So now I'm taking the lip pencil from Morphe, which is in the color Love Bite, a really beautiful color. It's also super affordable. I think only $2, and it's just one of my favorite go-to lip liners. It's in the color Love Bite. So I'm using this to line my lips. And then now for lipstick, I'm gonna take a Maybelline lipstick, which is the Superstay Matte Ink. This is in the color Loyalist, a really beautiful one. I posted a picture on my Instagram where I show this lipstick color. I also showed a video where I'm kind of trying to rub this off my arm, but it's super waterproof. It stays in place, so if you're searching for a nice drugstore lipstick, which will stay in place perfectly, this one is absolutely amazing. But yeah, this is already the end of the video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know if you're gonna try this eye look. I'm really curious if anyone is gonna try it, and if you like it, let me know, and hopefully I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!